Good morning. I know the team issued a statement on Everson Griffen, and really the only thing I can comment on it is about for his health and well-being and for his family, and that Rick will talk to you a little bit later. So.
Do you have any status on his game this weekend?
No, that's really not our concern right now. It's really about about him.
Is he safe, Mike?
I don't know.
When did you kind of first hear about the situation and all of that?
It was last night, late, earlier this morning, whatever it was.
How's the team handling it in the locker room?
Yeah, pretty good. I addressed the team this morning and talked to them, so, we have a job to do.
Mike, was there anything leading up to this with Everson recently that
No, I appreciate the questions, but I really can't get into any of this stuff right now with this. So, we're only concerned about his well-being, and he's been with us for a long time. Good guy, works hard.
Do you expect to have any chance of having Tomlinson on Sunday, or is he out?
He's out.
You said you were thin already on the defensive line. Obviously, this adds to that. Who do you need to step up now?
Well, Pat Jones, Yarborough, Sheldon probably play some more end. So, we'll keep going.
Coach, one of the things that stood out about the 49ers game against Jacksonville was their first drive that took like 13 minutes or 12 minutes or something like that. I guess, what did you kind of see from that drive, and what do you guys have to do to stop something like that from happening?
Yeah, well, they run the ball really, really well. They hit a couple passes on that, but, they got tremendous playmakers, and, they do a great job with the scheme. They got guys going every which way, a lot of eye candy, and so, we're gonna have to make sure we get lined up right in the right place, everybody get in the right fits, and then go play football.
What are they doing differently this year with Deebo Samuel, like in the way that they line him out of the backfield and kind of turn him into this hybrid player?
Yeah, sometimes they line him up in the backfield. I think I watched 21 or 24 plays of him in the backfield last night, but for the most part, he's a receiver. He's terrific with the ball in his hands. He's a strong runner, really good on the wide receiver screens. He plays in the slot some.
Eye candy can be one thing, but what are the combination of the fullback and Kittle at tight end do to kind of maximize the effect of that eye candy?
Yeah, they're both really good players. They both do a lot of, one of the things that's showing up in the NFL now is, usually a tight end would motion across formation. Now he's kind of being a rocket guy, so they can get angles on defenders. So they're doing a lot with both those two guys, but. The fullback and Kittle both, they line them up in as wide receivers. They line them up all over the place. They, I think they're the number one motion team in the motion movement team in the NFL.
From the last time you faced them in that playoff game in January 2020, how are they different? How are they the same from that?
Defensively, they're similar. No, offensively, they're similar. It's both of them. Again, it's a lot more movement pre-snap now offensively than it was.
Mike, how would you say their pass rush is now compared to that, and your pass protection now compared to that? Because they got 6-7 sacks in that game.
Yeah, well, Bosa's a really good rusher. They lost the one guy to Indianapolis, but Armstead's still a good player. The linebackers are fast, so they'll use them some in some of the pressures. But I'm trying to think back, pass protection 2 years ago, I guess it was. I think we've done a pretty good job, and for the most part, and I think Kirk knows where to go with the football. Their secondary scheme is similar to what it was.
They always seem to have 4-3 guys at running back, guys that can run real fast, but obviously they have a big offensive line. So how do you deal with the combination of knowing that you need to have speed on the field, but also that they've got some pretty powerful blocking?
Well, it's being in the right place. I mean, they're good blockers. Yeah, Trent Williams is really good. You know, Mack, Tomlinson. You know, they're all good players, and so they're going to. You know, it's they do a lot of window dressing, but they want to be a power football team, and that's, you know, and then get the ball to the backs and try to get them some seams.
Like, as you look at these last two games, what all has gone into like getting Kirk to kind of let go a little bit and
I don't know, just confidence, I guess. He's been doing it in practice, and you know, it's shown up in the game. I think, you know, we talk every week. We'll talk again tomorrow, probably, and you know, but you know, I think just encouraging him to be that way. You know, I mean, I don't want to get into our conversations too much, but you know, he talked to me about something that happened. Like, I said, when did that happen? He said, how many games ago? And he said, like 5. And I said, you let that go. Let's, you know, this is this week. Let's do this. So, you know, I think just maybe giving him the green light a little bit more. And, you know, if you throw an interception, hey, you throw an interception. You know, if you turn the ball over, we got to go out and stop them. It's just part of it. But, you know, I think you have to, when plays are there, you got to try to make them.
In terms of that kind of freedom that comes with the green light that you're giving him, do you feel like maybe, I mean, has your approach changed with that, and just in the way that you're handling Bird, telling him, hey, you know, it's not like that if you throw an interception, defense will be out there to back you up?
I don't think my approach has changed. I think our relationship has changed quite a bit. In the fact that, you know, we sit there and we talk about a lot of different things, and it might be 45 minutes or an hour, but, you know, like I said, I used to do it with Teddy and Bradford, and I think it just gives us, I think it gives him a better perspective of me, and I get a better perspective of him, and then, you know, we kind of go. I'm not saying that this is the reason why he's playing good. I'm just saying, you know, I think it has helped. He might say opposite. I don't know.
What's kind of, in your estimation, the importance of Sunday's game, playoff positioning, tiebreakers, and all that kind of stuff, like teams 5 and 5?
Yeah, it's important. It's an important game. I'm sure they would say the same thing, but you know, I think there's still 7 games left, and you know, just we gotta play each game the best we can and count them up at the end. That's, you know, that's what'll do it. And you know, we gotta put all of our focus on this one particular game, and then we'll worry about next week.
In terms of Garrett Bradbury, is there anything specific he might need to do to try to win back the center job?
No, I mean, he's doing a good job. We have a lot of confidence in him. You know, we've just been, you know, doing well with Mason.
Like with James Lynch, will he, if Sheldon's going to be kicking more outside to end, does he have a bigger role, you think, this week too?
I don't know that it'd be a bigger role, but you know, he's been playing a lot the last, you know, since Pierce is out. He's been playing an awful lot. So, you know, I'm sure he's going to play a lot, you know, with Tomlinson out.
Time for 2 more.
No. What kind of situations have you seen San Francisco use Lance at quarterback?
Well, a couple games when Garoppolo was hurt, but you know, they've put him in there in a couple red zone situations and ran his own read, and a couple boot keepers, you know, things like that.
When it comes to Garoppolo, I mean, their record when he's in there and out, I mean, I know it's that way for starting quarterbacks, but it's kind of a massive difference. I mean, what is it about his skill set that fits really well with what Shanahan wants to do?
Yeah, well, I think Kyle has a good understanding of his abilities and what he can do best. And I mean, you see the checks that he makes at the line of scrimmage, but you also see the different types of throws that he makes, you know, are the ones that he's very efficient at. Yep, thanks.